Hello everyone, and when I say everyone, I'm not sure if anyone is watching these videos, so I may be just saying hello to myself. But in today's video, I'm going to continue trying to address the rotten wood on my Morris Minor Traveller. So, in the last video, I showed removing the doors. You can see I've now filled the back of the car up with camping equipment, but anyway. Yeah, and I'm now going to start looking at some of the problem areas. So we've got at the top of this rear post, there is a hole. And I bought two products. Rustin's wood hardener for rotted wood, and some multi-purpose wood filler by Everbuild. I realised afterwards that Rustin's do a wood filler, so perhaps I should have bought their product. But anyway, I bought this one. It is a light and stainable filler, so I'm hoping, I know I'm never going to get the colour exactly right, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to stain it, and hopefully this will be a similar colour to the rest of the wood. But yeah, the idea with this is it says remove, shake well before use, remove any loose, decaying or very soft wood. So I think what I'll do is with this hole over here, I'll get maybe a screwdriver in there and try and clear it out. I don't know whether any of this around the top is a bit soft. No, it seems fairly solid. And then you brush this in, and you keep brushing it in. It says you can reapply after 5 minutes, and the idea is you make continuous application, and you can it creates a sort of a film over it. But yeah, so I'm going to give it a go. I will put some gloves on, and I guess probably a mask. I think, yeah, it's probably quite nasty stuff. I know, like, this is just a temporary fix to the wood. I know, like, kind of is a false economy to try and repair the wood, which is why I'm going for the quickest and cheapest way of doing it. Ideally, I'd replace the whole wood, which one day I will, but that is a big job. It's basically dismantle the whole back of the car and rebuild it. I'm thinking I probably could do myself, but I don't know. And the car will be off the road for a while, so I'm going to go with this for now, just to sort of keep it going until I do something more drastic with the wood. So yeah, I'll give it a start, and I'll pop back in and film my progress. So I've made a start putting the stuff on. You can see it's sort of a brown colour. It's not green. The brush has previously been used for green paint, but I've put some on there, try to get it into the hole. You can see it's rung down a bit, so I just had a cloth to sort of wipe up as I go. I decided to do the drain holes along the bottom of this middle rail along here, drain holes all the way along the bottom. And what I've decided I'm going to do now is, because the bottom of the post when you're doing, and also there's wood in the back here, so I'm going to take the bumpers off. There's a big bolt in the back there, but I can't quite get, I haven't got a spanner big enough, and I've been trying to use a socket, but I can't get the socket in there, so I'm going to take the actual bumper blades off as well first, and then take the bumper off. So things have escalated. You can see I've taken the bumper off now. I've also taken off the door seal along the bottom. You can see it here. So along the bottom and up both sides, and still along the top you can see it hanging down over there. I've put hardener all the way along the bottom and tried to get it to soak down into that corner, into the bottom of the post. And then over on this side, it's a bit worse. You can actually see there's not a lot at the bottom of the post left. So I've put more hardener in. I can actually see, I'll see if I can go around the other side, because there's, I don't know, you can't really see, but I can see daylight coming through there. What I've realised though is along the bottom is a metal plate that's bolted on at each end, so I'm going to try and get that off. But I've started, but I think there must be like a screw head that comes up in there somewhere down in there, but it's so full of like dirt, and I think probably sort of chunks of rotten wood that have come off the back of those posts, that I can't find the screw head. So I'm going to go and get a vacuum cleaner and try and get out all the loose stuff. I mean, the bottom of these posts are not in great condition, so I'm going to have to see what I could do. I'm thinking if I could get that middle piece out though, this bit of wood that runs along the back here, then maybe that is a candidate for just replacing that piece. Maybe cut the bottom of the posts off and splice some new wood in. But I don't know whether once I can get to the bottom of the post, how easy it is to actually completely remove the posts. The issue will be is that the roof is then not supported. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll keep going. So it's the morning after the night before, and I've come to check on what I did yesterday. So the wood hardener, yeah, that seems to have gone sort of set. It's not sticky anymore. I decided I'm definitely going to get that bit of wood across the back out. It's got this aluminium plate along the front, which I've managed to get the bolts out for, but it's also bolted on the bottom. Those bolts are very rusty. One of them, the head snapped off. So I think what I'm going to do is cut those off, because they're so rusty, they're going to need replacing anyway, so I might as well cut them off. I did make a mistake yesterday though, so I did all the wood hardener and put it along there, and then took my gloves off to undo the bolts along there, and I touched quite a lot of the wood hardener, which now means my hands are covered in it, and it doesn't seem to want to come off. It's just basically was very sticky, and then all the dirt from the car stuck to my hands. So yeah, that's a lesson for next time. Don't take the gloves off. Yeah, I'll update you when there's more progress. So I've now done the filling. It's fairly straightforward. Filled that hole there, and then along the bottom, all the drain holes. Some needed more than others. Some might need a bit more. The other thing I realised is that actually it's not a good idea to block the drain holes, because I'm not going to be able to get this filler all the way to the top. So if I block the bottom, they're just going to fill up with water and have water sitting in them, which seems like a bad idea. So I actually put bolts in to push the filler out of all the holes. I've also done the other top of the post over at that side. So just to show you what this stuff looks like, it's got the texture and colour of like buttercream, like you'd get in a Victoria sandwich, and coincidentally I was using a butter knife to apply it. I've left it deliberately rough and high so that I can then sand it down to the shape, but I have no idea how that's going to go, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I will update you when it's all dried out. Right, so some more progress. The wood hardener, sorry, the wood filler is now pretty much dry, quite solid, so this can all be sanded down. But what I have noticed is, and this might be the problem of it not being quite the right product and the holes being too deep, like this bit is all squidgy still, and like the surface has dried but it hasn't dried underneath, so yeah, I don't know whether that hasn't quite worked. But I have also made progress with this bottom bar and trying to get this
panel off, which I don't know, I assume it might be an aluminium panel because the rest of the panels on the back, like the roof and the side panels, are all aluminium. The wings are steel, I think, so that could be steel too. But anyway, I've used an angle grinder to get the rusty bolts off the bottom, and I thought I'd do the big reveal. So this comes off, and see that it's very crispy along the bottom there. So I don't know. I think it will clean up okay though. And then yeah, so that means we can now get to this bit of wood, and it's not as bad as I thought it might be. There's some sort of, almost looks like loft insulation, sort of a felt on there. Whether that, oh, but that, yeah, underneath there is quite rotten. Where, because there's a metal panel there. The problem is with this whole car is where you get metal against wood creates corrosion. But yeah, my idea was getting this piece out. I don't know whether I need. Yeah, that at the bottom of that is really rotten. But yeah, my idea was try and get this piece out. I don't quite know. Oh, well, like that. So I think that's just broken the joint there. And there's the bolts in the bottom of here going into the wood. Yeah, there's a bolt. You can see one in there. Can you? Take my word for it, there is a bolt. So I don't know at what point the video cut out, but you can see I've now got that rear beam out, and there's a lot of debris that's come out with it. So I'm going to do some cleaning up now.
So I'm going to leave this video here. As you can see, I've filled the holes in the wood, but discovered a problem with that rear. I think it's called a base rail. Goes across the back. I've had a look, and it's about, I think, about £60 to replace that, and I could just do that. I'd need to work out what to do with the base of the posts, whether now's the time to replace those as well. But then in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe I've got an opportunity to improve this car now. It's got some design flaws with the way there's wood that's up against bits of metal or behind bits of metal, and it will just rot away unseen. Maybe I could put some sort of aluminium beam in across or something. I don't know. So I need to have a think about that. That plate that I took off the back, the one that was sort of a bit crispy on the bottom, I think it is steel, and you can get replacements for it. But again, I'm wondering whether I do it differently. I've had a look to see if you can get them in glass fibre. Doesn't look like you can. So I wondered whether just a piece of sort of sheet of aluminium across the back would do it. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. And thank you to my subscribers. I have subscribers. 9 of you somehow. And some likes, all on the videos of the Morris Minor. No one's interested in my other videos, the train set videos, and the visit to Goodwood. I think a few people watched that. I'll keep doing the train videos though, but you don't have to watch them. But anyway, thank you and goodbye.